close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
Hello, my friends. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Karl Smith, the UK Hypnosis Academy, and it's great to be with you again tonight. We're on every night. We're on live every night, 7:30 UK time. We're going to be delivering stuff, and we have done for the past 2 months. It's been going really well. So good evening to everybody that's joined us at the moment. It's bank holiday in England, so I would strongly suggest that most of us Brits are out down the pub at the moment, or down some restaurant doing that, because we're having a lovely day. James, Briandon, hope you're well. Christopher Price, hope you're well. Jose, hope you're well. Kathleen, hope you're well. Lamaggie, hope you're well. Janet, hope you're well. And yeah, so just give us a shout out. Tell us where you are in the world and what you've been doing. Hi, Subliminals. How are you, my friend? Moonman, hello there. Oh, it's Memorial Day over in the US, so that's cool. Great. So it's yeah, it's Bank Holiday Monday over here. So I actually didn't think we were going to get a lot of people tonight, but on the same token, doesn't really matter because they can watch it back later. Hello, Les in London. Oh, hello there. Yeah, just to let you know as well, for those people that are using Facebook, don't forget to allow StreamYard to utilize your name by clicking back, go back into it and clicking on it that way. Kathleen, hope you're well over in British Columbia. Good. So tonight we're going to be talking about the use of YouTube, and it's funny actually that a lot of people, hi Julie, that a lot of people that you know that are watching this channel don't have their own channels, and it's one of the biggest things that is one of the biggest failings, you know. And I've always said this, and I will maintain it, is that you should be a business person first, a marketeer second, and a therapist third. And if you get those round the wrong way, that's when it all goes a little bit peak-tong, and people say, well, I haven't got no clients, and I can't do it, and they're not bothered, and then they blame it on everybody else or whatever is going on in their life. And that's fine, but on the same token, when people do say to me, you know, oh, I was a hypnotherapist, but I didn't get any business. So, well, what was your YouTube channel like, and your Facebook lives? You go, oh, I never did any of them. Well, yeah, because you're not telling anyone. So tonight is about how to set that up. Hi, Jackie. Hope you're well. Hope you're fine. And Julie, hope you're well. So yeah, and Sandra, by the way. So yeah, we're going to be talking about a little bit of a step-by-step guide, really, on how you can just get your channel up and running. And it's very, very simple. One of the first things I'm going to mention is that YouTube has got terms and conditions, and it's really worthwhile you watching them. Sorry, at least watch it. I mean, in the studio to go find out some of the downfalls and some of the things you can and cannot do with people, and it's really important you do that. They've just released some new laws as of tomorrow, I think it is, on the facial recognition, about how you can use people in videos and stuff like that. But little minor things. But I know, but you know, they're things you can read later down the track. But on the same token, you know, a lot of people get themselves flummoxed. The reason I've gone over to YouTube more than I do on Facebook. So predominantly, this channel at the moment is streaming predominantly to YouTube, then bounces off of YouTube and then goes everywhere else. My predominant feeling on this is that I want to hit YouTube more. That's where I want most of my work to come from, because let's just face it, it's a business, right? This is a business, right? And for those people who don't know, while we're talking about it, this is a membership site. So don't forget, if you're not a member, if your name's in green, you're already a member. Thanks very much for your support. If your name's in black, it means you're not a supporter. It means you're not in there. It's only $5, $9 or $90 a month to join the membership, and you get behind the scenes. I uploaded a video yesterday with the Ellmans, Cheryl Ellman of the Ellman family, Dave Ellman's family. talking about sleep talk. So that members, if you go behind the scenes, don't forget you can go look at that. So hi Ramon, Jose. So don't forget, this is a membership site, and if you'd like to, come on board with one of the memberships, do it. And I'm not worried about that, because do you know what? A lot of people might say it's a bit salesy, Karl. You keep sticking every 3 times a day. You tell us in this video about it. It's a business, right? This is a business, okay? And for me to go out and buy nice kit for the office and cameras, mics, all this stuff that's in here, you wouldn't believe it. It's like in proper editing suite in here at the moment. It's all being connected tomorrow. Thank God. But the thing is that I get business, I then reinvest in my business, and that's one of the key things about this. And if you've got nothing, if you're scratching your ass at the moment, if you've got nothing going on, hi Paolo, if you're scratching around at the moment and going, well, I'm not getting hardly any clients and I'm not reaching out, YouTube is the best place to go do it. YouTube and going live, and or even just putting some videos up there so people can find you. And I say this, Hyperzina, the key thing that I say about this all the time is you can have the best product in the world, but if you don't tell anyone, it gets pretty fucking lonely. So my advice to you is that what I'd like you to do, especially today, as of today, or if you're going to bed in England, or if you're several hours in front, make it your thing to do today or tomorrow. Make it one of the first things you do is go get your YouTube channel up and running. And it's so vitally important. Now, some of you got YouTube channels already, because I've barked on about this so many times. And the thing is that you've got them, but it's now about consistency. It's now about being there. It's now about just keeping on top of it all of the time and telling people where you are. Now, initially, you'll think that you're flogging away and you're not doing anything. You'll think you're flogging away and nothing's happening. And it does, right? It does. But those videos, by the way, that you're uploading, don't see any videos if you start to upload them. Don't see them as a short-time gain. Look at it as a strategic thing, because in 8 years' time, somebody will find that video. They will find that video. And that's the key thing about this. You got to remember, I've got videos that have been on YouTube now about 6-7 years, and people talk to me about those videos. And I'm like, bloody hell, I posted that years ago. How did that resurface? But they do, because the search engines are doing that. Let me just answer this. Hi, Karl, how do I join the membership? I've tried to join with a link, but it won't allow me to join. What you have to do is go out of YouTube. So come out of this, go back to my channel, and there's a join button at the top. So in my YouTube channel, or if you open up another window while you're watching this, and then go to UK Hypnosis Academy on YouTube, it'll say there's a join button at the very top. You can join it that way, Sandra. So it's really, really important. So what I want to do tonight is I want to cut away some of the things that people are really worried about, and key like that. And I'm going to show you, some of you have seen the bits of kit I've got in here already, and I do invest a lot of money. And thankfully, I went away this weekend on Saturday. Simon, good evening. Yes, this is live, Simon, and thank you very much for my gift. I will go retrieve her in a moment, but Simon knew about my Peppa Pig. Thank you very much, my friend. He's donated a Peppa Pig to me. Yeah, I'm going to show you some of the kit today. I'm going to show you some of this kit, and then we'll go about it that way, and then you can understand what's going on. So the first things first is that you need to go to your Google account, right? The first thing you need to do is go to your Google account. Now, I haven't got enough time here to go screen share it and go do all that type of stuff. But all you have to do is go to your Google account. So whatever you're watching me at the present moment in time, if you're watching me on YouTube, that's that there, okay? Or if you haven't got one, is set up your own Gmail account, right? So you go into Google, set up a Gmail account, and in there, it'll give you loads of stuff. The next thing you have to do is go click on the YouTube icon. That's all you've got to do is click on. There should be 9 little boxes at the top. You click on that, and YouTube, the famous red box with the white in the middle will appear. Click on that, and then you can start to fire off and do your own thing. It's very simple. Just go to your Gmail account and go click it onto there. Yeah, there's some little things that you may need to learn as you go along. If it's your main one, it's your brand. It's like I've got 3 channels. I've got 3 YouTube channels. One's fairly defunct now because I like to do everything on this, which is Karl Smith Hypnotherapy. But I still bung my videos, these lives up on there just to throw it out into the ethernet. evening, good morning, Hesham, down in Australia. And I've got my mental welfare coach as well, that we do stuff in there as well. So I've got my mental welfare one, which is completely different to hypnosis, even though that everything that we do is off this, different branch of the same tree, basically. But the long story short is that's what we're doing there. So all you've got to do is just go to your Gmail account, go up there, the 9 little boxes at the top, click on there, go to YouTube, and then it'll be there. And then all you've got to do then is just have a peruse around and go do it. There are a couple of things that I would say go do first as well. It's like little things like getting the comments written. If you go to hello, Eric. If you go to any of my old videos, you'll see that all the videos, the comments boxes are all the same. You can set that up as well. So you can have your website on there and many other different things that you need on there. But it's vitally important. Just at the moment, you'll learn some of these other little things as you go along. But on the same token, what I want you to do is just get it up and running. The comments box, by the way, like when you see, I'll just pull up on my phone while I'm just talking. I'm watching myself. So, you see this part here, which is the comments. This is me watching me at the present moment in time. You'll see that comment bit that's at the very bottom down there, right? And you lot can see that if you go to the comments right now, right? You've got all this here. That's all pre-done. I don't have to keep doing that because I can do that once and it just keeps firing off. I just have to change the title and add some stuff. But if you know what SEO is, search engine optimization, if you know what SEO is, that is the same as a website. It's search engine optimization. Now, the key thing about this is that Google and YouTube are the biggest search engines in the world. YouTube is the biggest, second biggest search engine in the world. So you want to be able to put your stuff in there and that comments box. So when you're writing stuff in there, what you want to do is make sure you get enough hypnosis, hypnotherapy, Reiki, change work, whatever it is that you can get in there. Make sure you do it. While I'm on this as well, as you'll notice on mine, there's a load of spiel. It says hypnosis, hypnotherapy training. Thank you. Hypnosis again. Let's have a look at this. And it goes about it that way. I think it's probably because I'm playing around near the microphone. Let me just move that out of the way. So so we've got that. The other thing as well is hashtags. I'm sure you all know what a hashtag is. The key thing is that with hashtags is that you can put them at the bottom. If you scroll down to the bottom of mine on my is my sound come back now? I think because I was covering the microphone and I'm holding my phone near it as well. If you look at the very bottom down there, I've got hashtags. Okay, and this is vitally important that that you get some of those little hashtags in there as well. One key thing, one top tip, you will get penalized by YouTube if you put about 40,000 in there. And you will get penalized as well by YouTube if you do like clickbait stuff. If you put things in there that have got nothing to do with your video, they will hammer you. So I've dropped down to about 8 hashtags now. I used to have about 30 and I've dropped it down now. And they're all good hashtags. But on the same token, you can just put 3 or 4 in there. Hypnosis, hypnotherapy. And if you go to Answer the Public, I've said this to a few of you before, Answer the Public. If you go to Answer the Public, it's a website. If I just punch that in here, I want you all to go do this. If you can do it while I'm on air and you can open another window and listen to me at the same time, that'd be brilliant. But this is called Answer the Public, right? Answer the Public is a brilliant tool for you to find out what people are searching for. And if you type in there hypnosis and hypnotherapy on there, it will give you all of the search terms, what people are looking for. Max, is my right? So is my sound playing up? Because if it is, I'll just have to adjust things. Oh my God, what's happened with these lives? That comment in that comments box when you write. Yeah, Max, you're absolutely right. So Let me just see if I can do something here. Yeah, so right, I'll tell you what I'll do then. Not a clue what's just gone wrong then. Okay, folks, how's that? That should sound, right, okay. Now, as of now, let me know what the sound is now. Okay. So answer the public is really, really good. You can, there you go. That's it. Bingo. See, it doesn't always do that now when you sit there, go Hollywood. I don't know what went wrong with the sound then. Anyway, so good. Right, let's get back on track. Okay, answer the public. If you're stuck and you don't know what is trending at the moment, answer the public. Go to that. Another key thing as well is on Chrome. If you've got Google Chrome, there is an extension on there called hashtag. Best hashtag, I think it's called, and it will tell you what the best hashtags are running at the present moment in time. What it will do is it will show you what the best hashtags are for what you're searching for at that moment in time. It's a Chrome plugin that you can get as well, so you can get one of them. Chrome extension, sorry, not a plugin. Chrome extension, and then do it that way. Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know what happened with the sound just then, but I think I might have had the microphone too close to my gob. And what's happened is that I moved the microphone so I could do something while I was on air. Okay. So yeah, so go, first things first is if you haven't got a channel, just don't worry about it. Just go up and get into your Google account, go into the Google account, click on the little the icon on the right-hand side, and it should tell you about your YouTube channel then. You go about it that way. If in eventuality you can't find it, go find a 3-year-old on YouTube that will be able to teach you how to do that. But that is really, really simple. The thing about this as well is that, especially if you do a live, they're actually easier, apart from when you make a boo-boo with the sound. Because let me just say something that's vitally, vitally important. I'm going to say it again in a minute. If the video's great and the audio's poor, people will turn off. If the audio's great but the video's crap, they will continue to listen. Just remember that. If the video's crap but the audio's great, they will listen to it. If the video's great and the audio's rubbish, they will just turn off. So always make your sound one of the priorities. Yes, it's good to have a nice little backdrop, all these lights, all that type of stuff and things like that, and have your own little studio. That's brilliant. That's fine. But on the same token, just be mindful. As soon as I started realizing there was something wrong with the sound, then the first thing I'm doing is I'm reverting back to fundamental basics. That's what I've done. I've just flicked straight over to this is a MacBook Pro. Most of the stuff I do actually is on this MacBook Pro. So what I do is that I just plug it in and press play. And it goes from there. So it's a very simple. The sound's good, the visual's good. I have upgraded. I've gone and bought a couple new cameras this week that'll help me stream and stuff like that in future. But on the same token, you know, once you get it set up and leave it, that's it. I think what happened this week is that this weekend, because it's bank holiday, I took my laptop home and unplugged everything. It's probably reset something somewhere. But remember that. Always do a test. I didn't test it tonight, and I was stupid enough to go live without testing, which is what I normally do. And the key thing is do that. Remember that. If the audio is great and the video is crap, they will continue to listen. If the audio is crap and the video is great, they'll switch off straight away. All right. And I'm sure you've all been in a situation like that before. So fundamentally, let's go back to this. Go into your Google Gmail, go start off your YouTube channel in there and fire that off in there. Go have a play around in there. Go add some things, go monetize it, do what you want to. Don't forget, this is a business. All right. Put adverts in it. I have when my videos get to about a week old now, hi Miles, hi Carol, is what I tend to do now is that I leave them a week without monetization on them, and then once they've gone, I then monetize them then, so it allows people to watch them without the monetizing ads in it. But that's just the way I do it, right? That's just the way that that I like to do stuff, right? So that's really good. You can't monetize until you get to 1,000. All right, 1,000 subscribers. I think we're on about 11,000. I think we're just shy of 11,000 at the moment on here. One key thing I wanted to bring up, that was where I was going with that then, is make sure that you get quality subscribers. Some of you may be enticed, you may well be enticed to go buy subscribers.
or buy views, that can get you shut down. All right. Plus, if you've got, and I know that there is another hypnosis channel that does this, if you've got 75,000 subscribers and there's only 3 comments, it shows up like that as well. Yeah. And so just do that. My advice to you is that I want you to do this. Anyone watching this in the hypnosis, hypnotherapy, change work world, is go do this. Because like I keep saying, you can have the best product in the world. If you don't tell anyone, you're pretty screwed. Don't forget, people buy people, right? People buy people. Eddie, can I explain monetize? Okay. So monetization on this channel, let's take this channel, for instance. One of the monetization things is that when you get to 1,000 subscribers, 1,000 subscribers, is that you can charge for your services. So like Eddie and everyone else who's in green is a member. So you get back of the scenes type material, right? That's one way of monetizing your channel, right? Get paid subscribers. The other way of doing it as well is by having ad placements on your videos. Now, some of my videos go on for about 45 to 90 minutes, right? And if I allow YouTube to place their ads, how many times have you watched a YouTube video and it's gone along, and all of a sudden a little timer goes, advert starts in 5 seconds. You're like, you bastard, like that. That's one way of doing it. The other way of stopping it as well is having YouTube Prime. So then you never get adverts ever again. So you've already paid YouTube and they don't care. But on the same token, when people watch some of my longer videos now and you go back to it, people say, oh, great video, too many adverts. I'm like, well, get past that, buster. Do you know what I mean? Because I get paid for every time somebody watches my video and just carries on, continues through. So there's 2 ways of monetization there. All right. And the third is obviously people viewing it and watching it and going, I like a bit of that. I want some of that. And that's the way I like it, you know, and there's another way of monetizing it, except you don't go through there. There has just recently in the past, I think it's today, that if you're in England, in America, they didn't have this. No, sorry, America last year, USA, they did it last year. But they put a 25% surcharge on there. But if you've got to fill out, it's about 4 lines on a tax form you have to fill out for the, what do they call it over there in the States? I can't remember what it's called. The IRS, that type of thing there. We have to fill a format. But anyway, you don't have to worry about that just yet. Worry about that when you start getting 20,000 viewers and stuff like that. But it's really important. It's really important you understand that about monetization, because let's be brutally honest. I'm open and honest about this, because some people are like, oh, it's a dirty word. You know, there's a best part of 150 people now subscribe to this, you know, and that just brings me a nice little income. Yes, I'm working for it, you know, and I'm putting things behind the scenes for members. But yeah, you know, I'm working for it. I'm giving out information. I'm doing stuff like this. So why shouldn't I get anything back for it? You know what I mean? A lot of people worry about that. They're like, oh yes, but we're talking about money. We do it for love. Yeah. You try going into Aldi or bloody a supermarket and just paying with a smile. Yeah, you've got to eat. So the key thing is that I want you to really look at that. Go to your Google account, go to the right hand side, go look at that, click on the YouTube thing, set up your channel, tweak it around, do stuff, and then go from there. Now, some of you will have noticed that on my YouTube channel, there's artwork and stuff like that on it. There's artwork and material that you can utilize on there. Let me just do this, and then just go to my channel, and then do this. Right. So there's pieces. There's like artwork there, right? There's artwork on the top. It tells people what the channel is, and then go from there. Yeah. Now that's really important. That's really important. Okay. Should I not turn off comments? No, I don't. I leave the comments on. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Eddie. Right. So some of you will be like, well, how do I get my artwork? Right. How do I get this? How do I make my channel look like me? Right. Well, what you have to do is go to a thing called, you don't have to use this. There are plenty of others, by the way. Oh no, I've done it the wrong way around, I think. It's called Fiverr.com. Let me just check that. I think I've done it wrong. I haven't used it for a while, but you can go to, Smith, take that off. What you can do is you can go to Fiverr.com, which is not 2 V's, and you can go to Fiverr.com fiverr.com. Let me just put that down. There we go, save. Okay, so if you want to get all of your banners done and stuff like that, it's fiverr.com. Okay, and go to fiverr.com and you can get people to do everything for you there. But all you have to do is basically go to fiverr.com and go to artwork and stuff like that and get somebody to do your new banners and stuff like that. Do your banners and do any logos and stuff like that for you, because that's a great way of doing it. You know, just set up your channel like that. And what you can do, yeah, it's really awesome. I tend to use a thing called upwork.com. I found that, don't get me wrong, Fiverr used to be called Fiverr because it used to cost a fiver, but then somebody realized that you can't make a living out of a fiver. So now the other day I spent nearly 140, well, no, not the other day, probably about 140 quid on there. But Fiverr's great for if you're just starting out. Don't forget, you don't have to stay with it. You can leave it for a year, and then as you're building and building, you just do it that way. So that's the key thing to do there. Is go to fiverr.com and just go get like they'll say to you, what colors do you want and what pictures do you want in there? If you want your mugshot in there, if you want your little face on there, plonk it on there, fine, right? That's brilliant. Okay. What you do then is you just tell them what you want. This picture, I want these colors and this wording, and they toddle, they come back in about 24, 48 hours later. Ka-ching, there you go. There's your stuff. And all you do is you just upload it like you would do on any other site. And then you've got all of your artwork done, right? So there's your artwork done. So now know how to go to get the channel, because some people said to me, how do I even get to YouTube? I'm like, for your Gmail. They're like, I don't have a Gmail account. Well, that's better, really. You can just start from scratch. So just start a Gmail account. So just go into there, go into YouTube, do it that way. Then you've got some settings and stuff in there. Don't worry about that. There's loads of videos that will walk you through, talk you through. All right. Stuff like that. Sean, I always leave comments on. So you've got that, right? Go get your artwork and do it that way. And then what I would suggest is maybe writing that spiel out. Like I said, you know, like in that comments, you could go do that, you know, make sure it's got loads of hypnotherapy and maybe some stuff about you in there, because it's consistent. And that is part of the search engine optimization. That's part of the SEO on there as well. And if you really wanted to, right, you could get somebody to write it for you in Fiverr as well. They'll do that type of thing for you. So you can do that. So there's some of that done. All right. So fiverr.com is really good to go get your banners done. So you look all pretty, make it look like your website. So when you look at my YouTube channel, it's got that logo. So everyone knows that they're hitting me straight away. Yeah. They know for a fact they're coming to me straight away. Good. So there's that. Fiverr.com, you get loads of stuff done on there as well. So let's get down to some hardware. Let's talk about hardware. Initially when you first start, they're just brilliant. These are just brilliant. iPhones are just immaculate for doing what you're doing. The 11 and the 12, they're just absolutely amazing. The sensors in them and the processing is brilliant on them. And you can live stream just on them, and they're easy. However, remember what I said about sound is vitally important, even though this one made a cock up at the very start of it about sound. Having a 3.5mm jack lighting. So this is a lightning. These are called, so whatever your charger is, this is what you need. So this is the iPhone one. I'm a little bit of an iPhone slut, really. So there's that charger there, and then it goes to a 3.5mm jack, right? So into that you could plug in a lavalier mic, one that fits into the bottom, and then you can have the lavalier mic, the mic that comes up to here, and you can have that sat just there. That's brilliant. I don't have one to hand because I don't really use them, but you can have the mic just sat here. That's great. But if you want to have it so you're sat at home, these are absolutely brilliant. These little Rode mics. Let me just talk about mics in a moment. These are brilliant. You can get a cradle. You can buy a cradle that you can, or you can just put that on a stand, put your iPhone there, and just talk away like that. Well, I'd have it that way around, really, wouldn't I? You could have it like that. You could have it like this, and just facing you that way. So the setup is just that. These are brilliant. These are absolutely great. You just stick a little 9-volt battery in them. You stick a little battery in there, and then what you do is just plug and play. They're brilliant. They're absolutely immense for doing it. so yeah, so you've got that. iPhones are really, really good. The next thing that you could use if you're live streaming, and go check the model, but I don't really invest in these anymore, of the GoPros. This is a GoPro 7. I can stream with this, but I have to have what's called I have to have a HDMI mini in there. So what you want to do is just check if you can live stream with these things. You can from the 8 and the 9, the 7, 8, 9 you can live stream with. So these things here, these are brilliant. They're quite robust, and you can take them on holiday if you want to, and do loads of stuff and take loads of snaps and things like that. But if you just want to sit in your office and just do a little live stuff like that, they're just as good. These are brilliant little things just to go for as well. It's not what they're designed for, but they'll do the job. And then going about that, right? Then we've got these. So if you want to go one stage, I know a lot of people know about these already, but if you don't know about them, these are a great bit of kit. Unfortunately, some people know this, is that I went out and bought 2 of these to start live streaming on here. But unfortunately, the kit that I've bought is not compatible with these. So these are going to a new home. And but these are brilliant. If you've never researched Mevo cameras before, okay, these are really, 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 really powerful to use. They're an immense piece of kit. It's just a case of they're not going to be they're not really what I need them for. They are great. And lots of American churches, in fact, no, not just American, lots of churches during the lockdown were using Mevos all the time. They're a cracking bit of kit, and I've had them for years. Just a case of you'll notice this week, it's definitely happening this week, because I went out and bought the new cameras this week. I went out and bought what's called if you want to know what I've gone and bought for live streaming for this channel, they're called M50. They're Canon M50 Mark II. The Canon M50 Mark II. They come in at about $700 a piece. These were around $300, about $369, I think. But these are brilliant. It's just a matter of what you want and how you want to do it. But if you're just starting out and you want a camera that will do everything for you, that I would do that. But but there is a little bit of technical. You got to learn it. You got to learn it. But on the same token, these are brilliant. I don't get any money for this stuff, right? I'm not getting any. By the way, this isn't an advert. I'm not getting paid for anything, right? There's no link below to say click this and I get any money for it. It's none of it. I'm just giving you some advice about some of the kit that I've tried and failed in the past. The other thing that you can go try as well is, if that doesn't work for you, or you want to up your game a little bit, is these little bad boys. Now this is an older model, so don't go looking at this. One thing that you need to look for, one key thing that I will say is that you need to look for a thing called let me just remove that, a thing called clean HDMI. Clean HDMI, right? A clean HDMI means that it plugs in, basically it plugs in, simplistic format. If I plug this camera in, which is an older camera, say older camera, it's 3 years old, right? If I plug this in, which is a brilliant little camera, so this is I'm a Canon. I tend to stay with models that I know. So I've got Canon again. So this little bad boy here, this is, great for taking photographs and going out with the kids and doing all that type of stuff. Or if I'm recording a session in a classroom or something, that's good enough for what I need. But if I'm live streaming, you must find out if it is what's called a clean HDMI, right? It's called a clean HDMI. If you're going to go buy a camera, go do that. There's a company in England. I wouldn't know. If you're around the globe, please put it in the comments. But I know in England, this is the company that I go to all the time, Wex. It's one of the largest in the UK, but I'm very lucky. I go to this people. They're called Wex. They deliver, I believe, all over the place. But on the same token, I go to these Wex Photography. They're in Norwich. They're only just up the road, so I'm very lucky. But they do loads of stuff all over the planet, But if you've got one in in around the globe, then please put it in the comments. You know, if there's somewhere in the US. But this is what you do, and a little bit of research will find you anyway. It'll get you what you need to do. I just saw a comment then about the M50. I've got the M50. The only thing is you can't plug it in direct to a power source. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. It's called a dummy charge. It's called a dummy. Let me just do it. Yes, you can. The M50, you can charge. It's called an EOS M50 dummy charger. There you go. Okay. And John, if you get them, when the bottom of the camera is where you plug in, and any camera will do this, if it hasn't got a mains adapter, you get what's called a dummy charger. Otherwise, you get left with just the battery, and you can probably only get about an hour and a half, 2 hours. A dummy charger on the bottom, when you put the battery in, John, and any camera, you'll notice that little rubber button that pushes backwards and forwards. If you lift that up, so you're inside where the battery is, and poke a pen, there's a little hole, poke a head pen, that's where the charger goes in. So I hope that explains, right? So they're called Canon M50s. John's got the M50. I've got the Mark II, which gives me a little bit more clean HDMI and autofocus and stuff like that. To be quite honest, John, there isn't much difference, but the M50 is being renowned as one of the best streaming cameras for its price range at the moment. You could go, if you wanted to, you could go spend anything up to 10 grand. But for what I want it for, you know, I bought a couple of these. Yeah, so I hope that helps, John. But yeah, it's called a dummy charger. So if anyone's looking for one of those, you can get it for the camera that you want to do anyway. But they're called a dummy charger, and I actually purchased that this morning. So that's what I did this morning. All right, there you go. That's what this is for. A little nugget of information, my dear sir. Okay, called a dummy charger. So if you're running a camera and you know, oh, I'm going to be running for 3 or 4 hours, which I hope some of you do, but like me, where I can rattle on for when I start delivering the diploma and that behind the scenes on this channel. When I do that in July, then what will happen is that I'll be able to run the cameras for ages. Dummy chargers. What was Wendy just asked? I just saw that then. Carl, how do you figure out your hashtags? I found some websites that generate popular hashtags when you put in the keyword. Do you use those? Yeah, there's one, and I mentioned it a moment ago. There's one on YouTube. Sorry, on Google Chrome. It's an extension on Google Chrome. I use that sometimes, or I just look at, especially in hypnosis, instant hypnosis, shocking hypnosis, or in fact, hang on a minute. Let me just show you something else as well. This will help you. But I tend to use the most prominent ones that are around at the moment: instant hypnosis, shocking hypnosis, and I just get people that way, right? If they're searching for it, right? But another way of doing it, and I was going to come on to this, is these two little bad boys here. Now, vidIQ. If you don't know anything about these are optimization tools for YouTube, right? So it's vidIQ and TubeBuddy, right? And the key thing about this is that vidIQ and TubeBuddy, they're brilliant. Now, I use vidIQ. vidIQ is predominantly a UK brand type thing, but on the same token, you can do it that way, right? So vidIQ, and that will answer that question there for you. I know I've just gone off track, Wendy, but there you go there. vidIQ and TubeBuddy, they will optimize your videos better than anything that I could ever explain as well. But they really do. What they do is they sit as an extension on your Chrome, and then what happens is that you upload a video or put a video on, and it'll tell you what you've missed. So I can do an audit on my channel. It'll tell me I've not put any hashtags on, I've not used right keywords, and I've not done that. It does it all for you. So it's a very, very keep it simple, stupid type thing going on. All right. So they're brilliant. They are. Like I said, guys, I'm just giving you direction. I'm not making any money out of this. I'm not doing anything. I'm just pointing you in the right direction. I'm trying to give you as much as I can. It's, by the way, that's key as well, that you tell people it's not a paid promotion. It's not. I'm doing this. I could quite easily go get affiliate links, put them underneath here, and say, go click on the link below and go make some money out of you. Don't want to. Right. It's as simple as. Some people might say that's nuts, but on the same token, that's what it is. So yeah, go have a look at those two things there. vidIQ, TubeBuddy. They're both universal. And there. Julie, yes, yeah, but we'll be going in a lot more depth. All right, and I'll be showing you how to do stuff there. Hashem, right, great question. Hi, Carl. Do you think podcasts can work as well as YouTube videos? You do both. do the YouTube video and extract the sound, which is very easy. If you know how, it's very easy. You just turn that into a podcast. So this tonight, I could have turned into a podcast and then just put some photographs in there just to show as I was showing things that were going through. So yeah, I could, all of my videos, I could extract the sound and turn them into YouTube podcasts. Nothing stopping you doing that. You just send them off, get them tarted up, and they come back. I tend to use Upwork.com to do anything like that. If I need to extract sound out and tidy it up, then I do that. But if I am doing anything, and we'll be covering this on the course that we're doing, the editing course and stuff like that, is this. I use that. Now, there are tons and tons and tons. Film Mic Pro, there's tons of stuff out there, GarageBand, all that type of stuff. I just found that Camtasia is so bloody easy. It's unbelievable. Yes, you do have to pay for it. It's a little bit more money, but on the same token, it's just drag and drop. You know, it's all it is. It's a very simplistic bit of kit. But if you want to know about editing, then do that. I've got to come back on myself because I haven't spoken about sound yet. But the key thing is that Camtasia is very drag and drop. If anyone's got any other editing material, by all means, stick it in the comments. Let other people know and they can peruse around it at their own free will. I'm just showing you what I use because I find it easier. Yeah, YouTube to MP3. Yeah, good. Yeah, so you could turn it into both. So you could record this live. So this now, I would record it. I would then extract the YouTube. I would then get the audio, extract this video out, and then what I would do then is separate the sound. Now, you might think, oh my God, you're blowing my head up. The key thing is that you can learn how to do this. Separating sound in the movie is very easy, right? And it's as simple as that. So yeah, we've got that. So I just want to come back to something. I just got to go on camera for a second. I forgot to grab this little bad boy. Okay. As you'll notice at the very beginning of this, for those people that are at the very beginning, you'll notice that my sound was shite. And that's because I didn't check my work prior to coming in. I just walked in, turned it on, and didn't think nothing about it. And that's my own damn fault. So let's talk about microphones. They're so vitally important. Down here, everything that I use is Rode, by the way. I am one of them little creatures, by the way, that if I buy a product, I tend to stay with that product. Everything's Rode here, everything, all my mics, everything like that. And these things here, these are shotgun mics. These are brilliant. And these got what's called XLR cables on the bottom of them. And you can plug these into Macs. You can plug them into all types of stuff. All right. But anyway, if you buy any of this kit, there is a 2-year-old that will be able to teach you how to put it together on there. But let me just give you a quick thing on mics, right? Like I said a minute ago, and I'm going to cover it again. The key thing about mics is that if your video, about sound, if your video is great, but the audio is crap, they will turn off. It was lucky that somebody said to me tonight, Karl, your volume's like shite. That was my own fault tonight. But on the same token, I can get away with it. I've always got a backup. I've always backing up the things. With a microphone, you can tell what type it is by the shape it is. So this one here, this is called a NT1, I think it's called. Let me just go in here. NT2. This is an NT2A. NT2A. You normally see these on lots of podcasts and stuff like that, and I'll be using this more in the near future. But this is a cracking bit of kit. Really like bassy sound to it. This one here is more of a long distance one. However, I do have it under here. That's what's gone wrong tonight. What's happened is that this that was set up here underneath here like this. It was too close, so the gain was out. I've been trying to figure out what's gone on while I've been on live on air, but the gain was out. But the long story short is that you can tell the way that the mic works by the shape of it. Right? I am not a sound engineer. This is just from stuff that I've learned off 2-year-olds on bloody YouTube teaching me how to use this stuff. The shape of the mic depicts the way that the mic works. The round ones that sit up here, they're called omni mics, omnidirectional mics. So they work all around. Yes, so the little round mics you see TV presenters wearing, they're omni mics. This is a directional mic, so where I point it is where it's going to be aiming for. And what it does do is it emits a cloud out and captures the sound in there and tries to dismiss anything that's around the back here. So it's consistently looking down a tube trying to pick up sound. That's why when this was tonight, what's happened is that I moved the mic and what's happened is the thingy, the gain, the way that I've set it up was out, so it was going, it's too deafening for me, I can't do it anymore. The same as with this one here. This one here is round, so it does. This is an omni mic. This will do all over. The good thing about this is that I can shut it down on these little things here. I can make it omni, so it's round, or I can make it just one side, so I can just talk into it like that. So when you see podcasters talking, they're only getting one side of it, which is a great tool as well. You know, so it's not picking up ambient noises. Because like when I've got a lot of hardware running around in the background here, what you want to do is minimize the sound on there as well. Yeah. Why does my voice always go down an octave and slow down when I'm doing hypnosis? I feel myself. I don't know, Karen. I really don't know, Karen, why that does that. But on the same token, I'm sure you'll be able to sort it out. I don't. You get the same volume with me all the way through. So yeah, you'll do that. And as we just go down the waterfall, yeah. So Adobe's fairly good. Yeah. So Adobe, you can use all of those type of things as well. Okay. So the key thing is I'm just gonna talk about now because we've got 10 minutes left. Is about what I want you to do. So I'm going to take some questions at the very end of this. Is about a lot of people say to me about I don't know what to do. Well, I've already given you one of them tonight. One that I want you to do. And record. All you've got to do, ladies and gents, is get your makeup on and make a complete hash of it, a complete cock up of it, right? But then what I want you to do is just learn from it. I want you to, at the very end of this, is to go to my YouTube channel and go to some of the videos that were 7 years ago. If I knew what I knew now, I would have shot myself because of the standard of the video that's out there now. I mean, I'm always progressing stuff. I'm always thinking, how can I make that better? So what you're seeing now is going to be completely different to the setup that should be up tomorrow. You know, and different camera angles and stuff like that. I've got it's all here in front of me. Everything's here, just in case, just doing that. But on the same token, you know, you've just got to start somewhere. You have to start somewhere. And if you look at some of my videos, and I ask you to go back to some of the videos on my YouTube channel, my first ever ones, you'll listen to them and go, oh God, the sound's shit. Oh my God, and the visuals are rubbish as well, you know, because I didn't know a lot about camera technology, I'll be brutally honest. I've had to fumble my way through, but that's what you have to do. I really do wish that somebody did what I'm doing now here and I understood it. Because those 32 people are on here now and those people that watch later on, you're going to take away little bits that you can take away and go utilize. And that's one key thing that I'm doing now. That's what I'm doing. I just want to give you those little things about mics, little bit of things about this, about technology, like the Mevo. Like Eddie says, the mics on the Mevo are just great enough as it is. But if you just want to, you know, bring them up. Oh, I forgot to mention these as well. By the way, if you are interested, these are called Rode Go's. So they clip on like that underneath my shirt, so you wouldn't see it, but they clip on like that. They're really, really good. So that goes into the back of a mixer here. These are called Rode Go's. I'm a little bit of a Rode slut, really. Canon and Rode, really. And that's why the Mevos are going. But yes, and Eddie's right. We all learn from mistakes. The key thing is, folks, if there's one thing I can ask you to do tonight, if you've not got a YouTube channel, go set it up and go put a video on it and make yourself feel good. Now, a lot of people say to me, well, where do I start? What do I start doing on there? Well, you probably noticed, those people that have been listening to me, is that Max, there's it's a great fun for me, by the way, just to let you know, but I do get stalkers, and I do have somebody that sits there at 7:30 every night just to hit the unlike button and just do things like that, and I think it's quite funny. I think it's hilarious. Right, anyway, so the key thing is about what to do. And what I'm going to say to you now, some of you heard me say this before, but I want you to implement this. Right? Is what I want you to do is I want you to do this. I want you to get a piece of paper, and I want you to write 1 to 10 down the side. And number 1 will be about me. The next one is 9 different subjects that you know that you can talk about in hypnosis or hypnotherapy or change work or whatever it is. Hypnosis post-trauma, hypnosis anxiety, hypnosis postnatal depression, hypnosis fear and phobias, hypnosis weight loss, hypnosis stop smoking, right? Whatever it is, write down 10 subjects that you think that you could talk about calmly and effectively for about 5 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes. And the reason I'm saying keep it low is so you can build your confidence up, right? All right. Yeah, James, don't worry about it. It normally happens. I have it every night. Yeah. But yeah, so the key thing is that you can, that you write those 10 out. You write those 10 out, and then what happens is that then you do that. And all you do is you set up your studio, right? Wherever that may be, right? I did see something there. What would you recommend about soundproof and have a live busy road? Every time I start recording a motorbike, it seems to scream past. Record somewhere else, or get somebody else to tidy up your sound. You can always send your videos off on Fiverr or Upwork.com for get sound engineers to go do that for you. They'll clean all that up for you. They'll clean all that crap out. That's what I used to do it, but I don't do it anymore. I do my own. But on the same token, it's there, right? But there. So get 10 videos that you can talk about, right? And just go for it. And just go for it. Just do it. Just bloody well do it. Just do it. And upload them. Now, some of you are going to say, well, how do I upload them? Go do your video and get yourself a little intro and outro if you want to. If you don't worry about it. All right, you can learn how to cut and edit on the bit of kit that you've got there. But all you do then is you just load them up onto there. Now, don't do like somebody did the other day and they loaded about 7 videos up in one day. Don't. In YouTube, you can schedule, right? It's called scheduling. So what you do is you go back to top right hand corner, click on YouTube, and then you'll see a little camera with a plus sign in it. There's a camera with a little plus sign in it, yeah? And what you do is you click on that and then you're greeted with a box of upload video, all right? Right, and then just drag your video and put it in there. That's all you've got to do. That's all you've got to do. You just got to do that. You just got to drag it in there and dump it in there. And then what it'll do then is it starts uploading. And then you can choose the time and the date that you want to load it and then go from there. And that's what I do. Okay, so that's what you got to do. Happy with that? And I'm sure if you get stuck, because all I'm doing is giving you a guidance now, I'm sure if you get stuck, there is some 3-year-old that will be able to teach you this on YouTube, because the kids are they're all over this stuff now. So just going back to John's, if you're not happy with the sound, use something like WeTransfer. Find somebody on Upwork.com or Fiverr.com and then send it to them that way. Just fire it off to them, fire it into them, and just say, can you tidy up all of that? And just go from there. And they'll sit there and just tweak it and make the sound better. But don't forget, your sound's got to be fairly good for them to be able to polish it. All right, you can't polish it a turd. Simple as, right? If it's rubbish, right? If it's rubbish to start with and they're trying to do it, they can probably do it. You know, you've got to test these things. That comes back to it, is I've got my own Facebook page. So I've got a Facebook page that's only access to me, right? So what I will be, I'll be in there all day tomorrow when I'm set up the cameras and the angles and everything that I want. I will set that up and then I'll go live into my own group, which nobody else can see. And then what I'll do then is I'll go live and then I'll watch it on this as it's going through. So what I can do is I go blah 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 blah. Sit there making loads of hello, 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 testing, all that type of stuff. I then hit the mute button in here and then go watch it live in here. So I can watch a live session, me doing it, and then doing it live feedback as I go along. So that's a nice little way of doing it as well. Just set up a Facebook page that only you have access to and go live in there and make all your cock-ups in there. We did have a group called Shifting Shit Videos, but that people just, they're not interested in doing videos. They're not interested. They just sit there, want to bemoan themselves and say, I've got no clients. Yeah, because you don't listen to what I've had to say. But anyway, but that's the thing, is that just set up your own thing and then test stuff. It's like if I was to show you some of the stuff that's going on here, it's bonkers. There's TV screens, Rode mics, ATEMs, back. There's all drops and everything here, microphones, everything all over the place. And yeah, but at least I know how to do that now because I've taught myself, because I've built a business and then realized I'm a marketeer second and I'm a hypnotist third. I'm fairly good at the hypnosis. I don't really think I need to keep going out and getting trained anymore, to be brutally honest. I like to go listen and do CPD, but on the same token, I'm not really fizzed about that anymore. I'm more interested about marketing what I know already. All right. It doesn't mean I've stopped learning. What it means is that I'm just not really focusing on that. And once you get that business marketeer, then I'm a therapist mindset, that's when you'll start to produce and start doing stuff. And you'll spend more time. I've spent more time over the past, well, I've had a right bad weekend. But the thing is that I spend more time watching things like how to set up what's called an ATEM Mini Pro. If you're interested, any nerds out there, right, that are interested, this is, if you want to see what I've bought, it's called an ATEM Mini Pro. If you're really interested, and what that does, it allows me to switch cameras and do loads of stuff and things like that. It's called an ATEM Mini Pro. So give me an idea. So it's just here, actually. I don't know if it'll reach. Just grab this. There it's there. ATEM Mini Pro. And then what I'll do then is it allows me then to switch camera angles as I'm going through, so I can have a long shot, short shot, and then stuff like that. I can have four cameras running at the same time just by pressing a button. I'll go from camera to camera, so like you're on a TV scene. All right. Yeah, always on there. Yeah, having a Google business page is really, really important as well. Really important. So yeah, so guys, the only thing I can say, and I'm going to say it and going to keep saying it, is that I want you just to, I just want you to, my fault, is I want you to, is to just go out there and just make mistakes. I've made mistakes, literally just then went and pressed the wrong button, made you lot go blank for a second and then realize what I've done. We all make mistakes, all right? We all make mistakes. And that's the key thing about this. Once this room's set up, I doubt there will be many, I don't think there will be mistakes. But on the same token, when you're doing this as live as you are, things happen, you know? All you do is just learn from it and go, I'm not going to press that button again. Or you're not going to be an idiot and come in 15 minutes before, just plug your laptop in and hope it works. It's about making sure it works properly, yeah? And I didn't do that tonight. That's why the sound was shite at the very beginning. So I'm sitting here talking about and getting it and polishing it, and I made a move myself. But you know what? I won't give a kicking about it. I'll just go, idiot. Make sure you do it again in future. Make sure you polish. That's how you learn. So, you know, you got that. So look, we've spoke about that. How to set up your Google. Just go into your Gmail, go up there, go click onto YouTube, go onto YouTube, do it that. Don't forget, you're not going to get any paid or monetization until you hit 1,000 subscribers. Don't buy subscribers and don't buy views. They'll find out and they'll kick your channel down for it. And then go from there. So start just getting 10 videos that you can learn about, 10 videos that you can talk to me about for 5 minutes, and just do that. And then do it that way. And then just pump them up, just get them up there. Just tweak around with it. You've got to learn. If you start to understand that you're a marketeer first, then guess what? Then that'll happen from there. You'll start to realize. I very rarely do anything with hypnosis or hypnotherapy in YouTube and that nowadays. I very rarely look at a technique, unless somebody's come up with a brand new technique, a really fan-dabby-dozy brand new technique that's not brand new. So yeah, so where do I get this from? Oh, there we go. So for those who don't know, this is actually real. Some people say, how do you make your green screen work so well? It's not a green screen. This is a fat piece of fabric, and I get them done with a guy called Distinct Vision. Yeah, absolutely, Eddie, if you make it like that. He's called Jason Megan, and he's on, and I'll see if I can get him on, actually. Let's see if we can get him on here one night. Jason, he's very good at stuff like this. And this is, well, probably about, I think it's 2 meters by 3 meters. That goes right up to the ceiling, and then all the way over to there and over there. And if I just spin this, you'll notice the green screen's over there. That's where the green screen is. But somebody just mentioned it a minute ago, you don't go near green screen, because if it does, if you get it wrong, it looks shite. It looks really bad. Yeah, and I've seen so many people doing green screens. I'm like, oh God, that looks messy. You know, you don't need it. You know, just a simple backdrop, just a nice little backdrop, or even just put a bookshelf up and just, you know, sit there with a couple of lamps in there. Go watch YouTube influencers and go watch they're up to. Some of their backdrops are such simple things. They're really simple. They're you know, they're just a bookcase and maybe some stuff in the background. If you go to Mevo, if you go type in on YouTube Mevo, they've only got a desk and a couple of red and black tiles on there and some books in the background, and a couple of Mevos. That's all they do. That's all you got to do. Whereas I like to watermark. I like to mark these up, because on, I don't know if you know this, but some people on YouTube, especially on the dark web and all that type of stuff, what they tend to do is take your videos and then try to make them theirs. With this in the background, that's watermarked. You're never going to do it. I've found my stuff with other people's names on it. That's true. My stuff and other people have overlaid their name on it and numbed my name out when I've introduced myself at the beginning. Unbelievable. You get it. That's what happens. But yeah, these are great. Jason, it's called Distinct Vision. Telling me with me. Distinct Vision. Jason Meehan. I think it is. I don't think he's got a website, but I think he doesn't need a website because the amount of work he does do. So yeah. So I hope that helps. So just one quick one. Don't forget, ladies and gents, this is a membership site. If you haven't joined up, please do. There's loads of stuff going on in the background. Like I said yesterday, we loaded up Sleep Talk for Children with Cheryl Ellman. So for those people that are members, that's sat there waiting for you to watch. That's pre-recorded, but that's that. And the other thing is that yeah, Sam. Yeah, if you speak to Jason, I will. I tell you what, right? Let's get Jason on. Let's get Jason on soon. I'll get Jason on because this week we've got. I'll get Jason on. I'll get Jason to talk about branding and stuff like that. Yeah. Well, Simon, by the way, if anyone is in Simon, can you do me a favour? Simon's actually using Jason at the moment. So Simon, could you put in the Facebook group Simon's contact details for me? I'm not putting it on here, but if you could put that on there. Like that. But yeah. So if you're in the group, it's all in there. But it's called Distinct Vision, Kathleen. All right. Cheers, buddy. But yeah, that's there. So yeah, if you don't know, for members, once you join, then there is a Facebook group that you get put into, and we're all been meeting in the background, one big family thing going on. So yeah, we've got a Facebook group for all members of this channel, so we get loads of training in the background as well. But yeah, these are great. They're great. It is what they're doing, a team. So yeah, this week, tomorrow I'm not live, but I will be firing the video off at 7:30. I was going live tomorrow with somebody to do the stop smoking. However, due to changing circumstances, they can't go live with me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to record it tomorrow at 7:30, and then I'm going to do what's called premiere it tomorrow. So I'll be there talking about it and answering questions as we go through. So it'll be a video that's already pre-done, and it's me in the background answering questions and stuff like that. So that'll be happening at 7:30. We've got a session on Wednesday. On Thursday, Gary Coles is with us doing hypno-oncology. All right. Hypno-oncology. All right. So we're going to be talking about working with hypnosis and cancer. All right. So that's this week. And then obviously Fridays is Q&As. So any questions for that, just do that. But yeah, so, but look, guys, thanks very much for tuning in on this bank holiday and Memorial Day. Good wishes to you and your family. And I hope you've picked up some nuggets. Have you picked up some nuggets tonight that will help you? That's all I need to know. That's all I'm going to finish on. Have I given you things to think about? Have I given you stuff like that? You know, like the hardware and stuff like that. You know, make sure that if you do get anything, this is the problem I've had with this one. This is not clean HDMI. All right. The one thing that I did find with the Mevos is that they're brilliant. They are absolutely brilliant. But for what I need them for and how I want to do it, they've slightly fallen short on the way that I need to do it. So that's it. All right. And then go from there. Yeah. So there's that. Don't forget about your microphones and things like that. Don't forget, guys and girls, I am running a course this month. I can't remember what day it is now, on how to actually cut and edit. How to cut and edit, how to do MP3s, how to do videos, and it will be live streaming and stuff like that it'll be a live stream and stuff like that, and we'll be doing stuff in the background. So if you want to join that course, I think I charged £149 for the 2 days. So if you want to join that, the link is in the community page on here. I'll repost it later today, so if anyone's interested, you're more than welcome to. But yeah, we're doing that. So we're going to be doing I'm going to actually show you how to put MP3s and videos together and cut and edit them and then go about it that way. So guys, don't forget, loads of likes, please. You know, they don't worry about the thumbs down. It makes me laugh every time. It makes me laugh. And I hope that makes them laugh as well. So yes, good. So folks, I'm going to love you and leave you there. Guys, it's been a pleasure again. Don't forget, I'm not live tomorrow at 7:30 but I am going to launch that video at 7:30 for you to watch, and I'll be in the background doing the answers and Q&As for you as well. All right, it's a bit of a shame really, because but it just changes circumstances. But it is going to be I'm going to show you what we did at the very beginning. I'm going to show you how I do a stop smoking session. And we're going to talk about the session that we did last week that was the precursor to this week. So we are a week on. We're a week on today. So what, 7 days ago, and I'll explain it all in the video tomorrow. 7 days ago, we had a little pre-session, got a result. We've slowly brought your cigarette smoking down over the week with some support. And then tomorrow, bash, have that one on the back of the coconut. That's the way we're going to do it. So a full hypnosis session tomorrow on stop smoking, everything. All right. And I'm going to be just talking away about it. So guys and girls, thanks very much for being on board with us tonight. Thank you very much for your time and always doing it. Hope you and your families are well on this lovely weekend. But it is here. I've got sunburn today. So don't forget, guys, if you're not a member, please join. You know, I'm live streaming my diploma into the back end of it in July. So look, at the end of the day, and you can always upgrade and downgrade when you want. And don't forget, aficionados, don't forget to contact me regarding your mentoring session. All right, on that note, take care, my friends. Hope you're well, hope you're fine, and I shall see you. Well, I won't see you tomorrow, but I will be there. I'm going to be there in the background, and then we will be just doing that. Right, we'll be doing that 7:30 tomorrow, stop smoking, with me and my dear fellow that's going to be here, and we're going to go about it. See you later, folks. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you during the week. Bye bye.